The Cedar Shoals Rain Garden is an area often overlooked. Tucked next to the student parking lot, a garden with a unique purpose has been left to grow for years. Recently, Ms. Chandler and her Outdoors Club have started efforts to restore the garden into an area usable by faculty and student alike.
If you can see how the parking lot is at a slope that comes down here, when it rains, all of that water is going to go, to the lowest point. So it would go into the sewer system, which would then eventually go into Cedar Creek, which is where we get our water from. So this rain garden is like, they call it a catchment, which means it's going to catch all the storm water. And then these plants that are planted here are highly evolved to be in really wet situations and anaerobic situations. And they're good also at sucking out toxins of the water. So they basically act as like a filter. And so they filter the water and clean it before it gets down to the groundwater. A lot of students will say, man, why do you let that garden just go to weeds? But I think our understanding of what a garden is really fixed, that it should look all prim and proper. And actually, I don't know if you could quite neglect it because it's just native vegetation growing, right? So I think it's been doing its thing out here.
As far as the efforts the Outdoors Club has made to restore aspects of the rain garden to be more of an ideal environment for students, Ms. Chandler and Junior Finn Morton discussed the projects the club plans to carry out.
I think if we want to make it usable for kids, it's got to have a nice clean path, because students get really nervous when they see that their sneakers might touch the ground. And so I think it does make it more appealing if it looks like there's a clean place to walk and like clean seating. So I think that will help students want to be out here more.
We started working on this path, and we just kind of like do small things with it every week we come here.
And I think if we could, there were some ideas in Outdoor Club, not just to fix up the path and fix up the tables, which would be nice, but also make some signage so people know what's going on in here, maybe some educational things so they realize this is like a piece of habitat that a lot of insects and birds use, that it's helping clean the water. Maybe make the fence look not so, containing, I think could help just educate students about its importance, but also maybe see it as a little refuge from the concrete jungle.
While making these changes, the Outdoors Club looks into the future impacts of their contributions regarding the view of Cedar Shoals.
It's one of the first things you see when you drive in. I think first impressions actually are kind of important. So I think if you drive up and you think it looks uncared for, it just gives you an impression of the whole school.
I think it'll give people something to look forward to, because it'll be appealing to not only us, but just people outside the school. When they come in, they'll just see it and think it looks nice, and maybe it'll help increase their view of our school.
It would be so cool if kids saw this as a place to just kind of be in nature. I know it's a small area, but when you're out here, you can hear frogs and crickets and katydids and see birds, and there's lots of plants. I would love to see kids just come out here, eat lunch, come out here on study break. But also it'd be neat if science teachers felt comfortable doing labs out here, and then also if maybe even art classes came out or things like that.
The Outdoors Club meets every Thursday to either help with the rain garden or simply enjoy being outside. They hope to complete this project by the end of this semester. For WJAG-TV, this has been Aiden Dowling.